Why are you afraid to be vulnerable? To be vulnerable is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's a show of power to be vulnerable. But of course, you would think it's weakness if you are with people you cannot be vulnerable with. When you are with people where you always have to watch your back, you always have to count your words, you always have to be afraid of not offending them, then you are with the wrong crowd, with the wrong company, and you have no idea what love is. Because love gives you the power to be vulnerable. Love gives you the power to be courageous, to be brave and confident. If you don't believe me, look at a woman who knows that she is loved. Look at a man who knows that he is loved. Now look at a child who knows that he or she is loved. And then you will understand the power and the confidence that comes from love. If you are afraid to love, then you have not discovered the key, to love. You are still running. You are still hiding. You are still afraid. Afraid of getting hurt. Afraid of being abandoned. Afraid of being rejected. Afraid of being ignored. Forgotten. Those are your fears. Afraid of failure. Afraid of loneliness. Afraid of disappointing. Why do you hold on to these fears? Why are you more committed to your fears than to faith, love, and hope? How do you identify someone who is in pain? The world is in pain because people are confused out there. It was very interesting to observe during COVID-19, during lockdown, the commentary, the advice, those who know towards those who they thought they didn't know, and those who had different points of view, and to see the ugliness in there. Then, first it was COVID and lockdown, and then it was the vaccine. Those who took it, those who didn't take it. And then the huge war started, the war of words, unfriending people, blocking people, criticizing people. And after that, the war in Ukraine. Those who supported Russia, those who didn't support Russia, those who supported Ukraine, all of that. And all of those discussions were based on fear. Fear of your livelihood. Fear of losing those you love. Fear of people not agreeing with you. And you think that you have the right to criticize and condemn someone who doesn't have the same point of view like you. That is a fearful person who's going through so much stuff. And the only place where you can find an outlet for your fear is to go on social media, condemn, rant, rave, threaten, unfriend, and block people. And let's face it, some people deserved to be blocked because they are just vile and despicable. So they don't belong on your Facebook page. They don't belong in your circle. You have every right to choose who you want in your life. But what kind of person are you? Are you the very person who deserved to be blocked and to be unfriended? Because your life is consumed by fear. Inexplicable fear. Because you have never dealt with the root cause of your fear. You are denying yourself so much because you are afraid. And now you run from the very thing that you are looking for. So instead of embracing it, because you think you are not worthy, you think it will never happen to you, you don't trust that what you are praying for can actually happen. So instead of embracing those who have what you so desperately want, you criticize them, condemn them, ridicule them. You even want to make fun or embarrass them. Oh, you're so cute because you love your husband so much. You know how undermining that sounds? It sounds incredibly undermining. Because someone with intelligence can read between the lines. Let's look at marriage. What my opinion about marriage is, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you believe about marriage. It's interesting when I do write occasionally on Facebook, when I write about marriage. It's very interesting, the responses. Whether you believe in it or not, that is your choice. But this is the point I want to make, and there are quite a few. If you believe in marriage, why do you have a problem with those who don't? What is it to you if someone doesn't want to get married? What is it to you if someone doesn't feel that they want to commit to one person, to one single person for the rest of their lives? Why do you care so much? If you are really that confident in what you believe in, or maybe because you believe in marriage and maybe you're stuck in a miserable marriage, just maybe you wish that you were that person who never got married. Because I find interesting that those who are married can tell you in the one breath how absolutely horrible it is to be married. But on the same breath they tell you, so girl, when are you going to get married? When are you finding a man? You sound like a confused person. Fix your issues. Work on your marriage, because you have two choices. You can stay and complain for the rest of your life. Actually, more than two choices. You can stay and decide how you want things to be and work towards that, or you can leave. Those are the choices that you have. Let's look at those who don't believe in marriage. You don't believe in marriage. You think it sucks. You think it's a prison for lots of people. You think it's fools and idiots who get married. Why, if you are so convinced that you are believing the right thing, if you are so convinced that marriage is not for you, why do you care about those who are married? Why does it bother you so much when someone is married and they say, I adore my husband, I adore my wife, I have found the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life, I am happy with this person? Why do you go out of your way to condemn that person, to make them feel like a fool? Let's talk about something else as well. Cheating in relationships. Look, if you are fine and happy being with a cheater, that is your choice. You chose. There's a payoff for you. You have certain benefits by being with someone who cheats. It suits you. Why then do you encourage others to do the same? Even if you are the cheater and it makes you so happy to cheat. It makes you feel so good when you are sleeping around. That's your choice. You chose that kind of life. Then why is it that when someone else is not doing the same, why do you feel aggrieved and offended because someone doesn't live their lives according to your rules? If you are so happy and so certain and confident that you are doing what is right, why do you need a supporting crowd around you? I'm just asking. Because you do what suits you. That is the fact of life. We do what works for us. I can complain the whole day about something, but it works for me because it gives me something to complain about. But the problem is, when you want to draw everyone else into your lifestyle, and you want to condemn those who do not support what you are doing. At the heart of everything, it's fear. Why are you afraid to commit to one person? Why are you afraid to acknowledge that I don't want to get married? It's fine with me. Whatever you just decide, it's okay. For me, this is what I've chosen. This is what makes me happy. It gives me contentment. The moment you feel the need to explain yourself or to justify something, it is an indication that you know deep down that you're not doing the right thing, whatever it is. Have you ever watched someone or observed someone who's driven by their own personal convictions? They are prepared to stand alone for what they believe in and what they stand for. Whether you support them or not, it's irrelevant. They're not brave or less fearful than you. They just have convictions.